Jacob, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Drew. But wouldn't Moriarty disappear out of the holodeck?
I think the only thing holographic is your brain. No, you fool, we're going to review an animated movie on this here podcast.
Brilliant! No, wait. Why would anybody want to listen to geeks like us?
Because, you fool, these people are so very easily entertained.
Okay, Drew. Narf!
Hello and welcome to another reaction episode of The Cellcast. Joining me this morning is a man who just has to live and learn, Jacob.
Why, thank you. I'd like to introduce our co-host, a man who just has a craving for chili dogs. Welcome, Drew.
Ironically, I had those for dinner.
Okay.
I didn't even think about it, but c'est la vie.
Yeah. Que sera, sera.
Right. So, my first question, because we are talking about Sonic, the new movie Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
That came out this last Friday, although we are watching it on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
My first question is, what is your experience with the video games?
Very little. Primary, my source of Sonic-esque is actually the cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of the comic books that came out that's been going on since the 90s.
Right.
Other than
the
that,
actual longest running comic,
yeah,
except with the exception of Action Comics and Detective Comics.
Yeah, pretty much.
The longest run of continuity too.
Yeah, that's what I understand about
Until
Sonic.
they killed it because they're stupid. But anyway, yeah, the Archie Comics run ran for a long time, and they kept everything in continuity for the entire time.
That's what I heard.
And then they killed it, so they could go to they could move companies. But anyway,
interesting. So yeah, my realm of influence when it comes to Sonic is primarily from television, and playing very little Sonic because growing up, thinking about this, me and my brothers were Nintendo kids, so we didn't have a Sony. We didn't have a
Sony,
not a Sony, but a you know what I mean,
a Sega.
Yeah, we didn't grow up. We were
Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah. Maybe. Now, there can be like I really have no foot in the fire on this because I barely ever play video games, and I enjoy watching them. And yeah.
All right. So my experience with the franchise is I of course watched both the animated series when they first aired, and then because I thought Sonic was so cool, I bugged my parents for a Sega Genesis, and I have no idea how they caved and got me one because my dad did not understand why anyone would want to do video games, if I'm remembering correctly. Although he wanted me to play more outside because I spent too much time in front of the TV as it is. But they eventually did get me a Sega Genesis, which came with a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I played the heck out of it, but I did not beat the game until the iPad version came out about 3 or 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I never could get past my original run through Oil Ocean Zone, which is like 2/3. No, I take it back. I did get past it because I never could beat Metropolis Zone, which was the second or third to last level, I believe. It's the only one with 3 acts. Anyway.
Okay.
But I have played a good portion of Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I have played Sonic 3.
Yeah.
I have played Sonic and Knuckles and the combined version. When I got a Dreamcast, I of course picked up Sonic Adventure. And then eventually I got Sonic Adventure 2. And yes, I'm one of those people who thinks the Dreamcast version is the better version for inane reasons. And I eventually did play Sonic Heroes, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Forces, missing a couple in there. But I played a lot of Sonic, is what I'm trying to get at.
So would you say you're a Sonic fanboy?
I wouldn't say I'm a fanboy because even though I really enjoyed Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 back in the day, I'll be the first to admit that they are not the classics. They are an interesting thing, and I want to see a proper remake of them done, because there are rumors going around right now. But I don't see it actually. I would love it, but I don't know how much money I would spend on that. But I've played a lot of the games because I enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog as a kid. But at this point, I kind of play them ironically, except for Sonic Mania, which is an excellent throwback to the original Genesis titles. Which, if you're looking for a game recommendation and you haven't picked that one up, pick that one up. And of course, I've brought up the Sonic Mania Adventure shorts multiple times on the podcast, so definitely go watch those. But yeah, I probably know more about Sonic than I would care to admit.
Okay.
But I am also well aware that the quality of the writing and what happens in these things is very, very cheesy.
Yeah.
And so
Put a little chili on top.
Maybe. But I am going into this movie with extremely low expectations.
Okay.
Part of that was set by the original Sonic model.
Oh, good night. Hey, at least they fixed it.
They did fix it. But here's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
The thought process that went into that original design is probably it's probably the same thought process that goes into the story, which means it might have some good throwbacks. It might not. It may be respectful to all the previous stuff. It may be disrespectful. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going into it with low expectations, primarily for two reasons. That, and I found going into a movie with low expectations usually means that if it's garbage, I'll probably enjoy it.
Okay.
Or at least I won't be disappointed when it's not super amazing.
Yeah. And you'll be ultra surprised. It was like, one of the greatest films ever.
Well, it's not going to be that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I am at my most optimistic. I'm thinking it might be as good as Detective Pikachu was, which I still hold up as a very good movie.
Okay.
But I'm going into this thinking this is going to be somewhere around, what is that movie? I'm just not expecting much. I'll just say that.
Okay, I got you.
It's might be fun. It might be good, and I probably will enjoy myself on some level.
Yeah.
But I'm not expecting gold.
Okay. Or at least Sonic Gold.
I'm expecting bronze.
Okay.
Which is the fairest I can be.
Okay.
I'm expecting rank E if we're using Sonic the Hedgehog terms.
Okay, then. All right. So my expectations are kind of like you. Kind of would be like I'm putting them at a low threshold because when the first trailer dropped, it was absolutely hideous.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the director realized that the fans outraged about it, and it's like, okay, let me get back to you in about six months.
Yeah.
And
the fact that they delayed this film in order to fix the model. I have two thoughts on this, but I'll let you finish.
Okay.
Because I interrupted you.
Yeah, you kind of brought a good point without the fact that they did take the time, they did take the effort to redesign, remodel the character, and it looks good. I mean, the character design looks good.
It looks like it's not an exact replica of the current Sonic. It kind of feels somewhere between Dreamcast era Sonic and Genesis era Sonic.
Okay.
In those designs.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to the film, but there again be like you said, kind of putting my bar low. Mm-hmm. Just in case be like this could be just a dumpster fire of a film.
Yeah.
Or it could be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be meh. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at when it comes to this film. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to watching this film and enjoying it.
If nothing else, this will be a nice train wreck.
Yeah, exactly.
So
or a fun train wreck to watch.
Exactly. So I think that's going to finish us up for our expectations. We will see you on the other side.
All right.
Perhaps we'll escape from the city.
Yeah, maybe.
And follow our rainbow. And I'm making up references. And we are back. We just got back from watching Sonic the Hedgehog. So, Jacob, what are your thoughts?
Oh, spoiler free or just spoiler?
We're full. Well, spoiler free, and then we'll spoiler.
Okay, that's what I got. All right. So my spoiler free version. This is a fun movie.
Yes.
Incredibly fun. I found myself laughing so hard at most of the jokes. The character of Sonic, the character of James. I'm drawing a blank on the actor's name.
James Marsden.
Marsden, thank you, James Marsden. His character, all the characters for the most part were wonderful. Oh, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's performance in this was, to me, was funny. It was very funny, very humorous. Kind of Jim Carrey stepping back into his more comedic roots and going back to, all those amazing roles he did back in the day. Like it was a fun movie and had some very moving, touching movies, but we'll get into that in a little bit later. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Go watch this film.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I enjoyed it as well. Admittedly, I was, like I said before we started, I was a little worried things were going to be kind of weird. It really isn't. I mean, the movie has a logic that it follows.
Yeah.
It works well. And as someone who played the games and everything, I mean, it fits exactly kind of what I would want for a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It is a kid's movie.
Yes. Which
I know seems strange, but I've seen people complaining that it is a kid's movie, which I don't get. But it's still a fun movie.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just got to enjoy something for what it is. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I enjoyed it. You should go watch it. If you like Detective Pikachu, this is kind of in the same vein, but not as, I guess, it's a little bit different. There's a little bit of missing polish, but not much.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right.
So, let's move into, from this point on, we're going to be spoiling the heck out of the movie. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, shut it off now, and, if you want to keep going, listener discretion is advised. So, what's on your bucket list?
Oh my gosh! Oh, the ways this movie made me laugh. It'd be like the comedy of Sonic. I can't remember at the top of my head who played Sonic, but this was such a fun movie.
Yeah.
The comedy was gold. The fact that we get our blue little hedgehog who is sent to Earth, a little town called Green Hills.
Gee, I wonder what that's response to.
Yeah, I wonder where.
Heck, they even play the song at the end of the movie.
Thought I heard something. Anyways, I'd be like, there again, I am not the biggest. The heck?
You.
No, that's not me. That's what that is. It's that.
Okay.
So, moving forward, besides the weird sound. Okay, I'm just going to move this jacket. There we go. No? It's my shirt. Magnetic clean. I will just lean over the mic and not touch the back of my chair because apparently I'm getting static charge. So apparently I'm Sonic.
back to Green Hill Zone.
Okay, Green
Hills, Montana.
Oh man, granted, I am not the biggest Sonic fan. I enjoyed Sonic, enjoyed as a kid, when it came to the TV shows and what have you. But I know you know a lot of Sonic lore. I'm presuming
lore
there was
a strong word.
Lore or like Easter eggs and
There's
alluding
a lot of little
tags.
things I'll get into here in just a minute.
I got you. Oh man, I can't tell you how much this movie made me laugh. It made me laugh. It made me hyper, kind of like Sonic, because I for most of you probably know, be like I'm severe ADHD and dyslexia, and I walked into this house and be like bouncing like a little boy. I was so excited and so hyped up and just feel like I just ate like 20 chili dogs, just ready to go for anything. Let me count the ways of how Jim Carrey just leveled this character so well. Just the fact that he played Dr. Robotnik, of just insane character who just be like every scene he chewed up. Yes. Every scene of this completely lunatic scientist who believes he's above everybody else and intelligent. Most likely he's very, very intelligent, but just the way he downplayed everybody.
Yes.
Played everybody, and the only character who one-ups him was James Marsden's character. Like every time. It was so great. It was so perfect. And the fact that we get this amazing road trip across parts of the country.
3 states.
3 states. And all to get a bag of rings.
Yes.
And to kind of give a small synopsis of the film. So Sonic is living in what I guess would be his world.
It doesn't state, the movie did not state specifically.
Yeah.
But mostly because the games never really said specifically where his world was when he was in that world and not on Earth. But I'm just going to say that was Mobius.
Okay.
If you know your Star Trek cartoon lore, you know that's where the original cartoons placed Sonic's world being at, and of course the comic strips. So I'm just going to, just for ease of use, let's call that Mobius.
Okay. Yeah, so Sonic is on his home world, Mobius, as Drew put it, and he has to flee because people have understood. He's kind of like hide your powers because people will discover that they'll use you for dark purposes. And
okay, so before you get too far past this, while we're on Mobius, I want to touch on a couple things.
Okay,
that you probably didn't see.
Probably not.
So first off, the owl who is raising him for the most part, Strong Talon, something like that.
Yeah, Strong Claw.
Strong Claw looks amazingly like what in the games was always called a flicky.
Okay.
Which were the little birds that were in the roboticizers at the very end that you had to, or in the robots.
Okay.
It kind of looked like a much bigger version of those.
Okay.
But there was that.
Yeah.
Secondly, the people who attacked were echidnas.
Those were echidnas?
You look at it. It took me a quick second, but I go, oh, those are echidnas. Knuckles isn't born yet, I bet. But
that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And from Sonic Adventure, you do know that it is shown that there was this ancient race of echidnas that were protecting the Master Emerald, which Knuckles has to do it after they all die.
Okay.
And while I don't think they're heading directly for Sonic Adventure, I won't be surprised if we are kind of somewhat moving that direction, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
One last little thing, when the ring that they used to teleport, straight from the original 3 games that would allow you to teleport to the bonus stage.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They weren't used to teleport you to another place, but I can work with that here. It's perfect. It makes logical sense.
Okay.
So yeah.
So Sonic is sent somewhere else according to what was the character's name again?
Stoneclaw or Stone Talon.
One of those. Be like
Owl Girl.
Owl Girl. So,
for lack of a better term.
Okay.
Owl Mom.
Owl Mom. There we go. Owl Mom. So Sonic is sent to the far distance of the galaxy to make sure he's safe. He's on Earth.
Yeah.
He's on Earth, and so he spends so many years. He goes there as a child, and now he's a teenager, and he's been following these people around the Green Hills, and
named after Green Hill Zone from the first game.
Yes, and so
they even play the song at the end of the movie.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was in the background. It was that little piano piece they played right before the government agent showed back up.
Oh yeah.
It was that song. Sorry, I had to touch on that.
No, you're good. Be like you're touching a lot of stuff I would have probably missed.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sonic has spent years and years and years hiding and making sure no one sees him.
Yeah.
And so be like he really wants friends, but he knows he's got to keep hidden, otherwise people are going to use him for his powers. That's a very common trope in movies.
Yeah.
And one thing leads to another. He winds up playing baseball with himself and supercharges himself. Causes massive explosion, cuts all the power out, everything. Special agents come in with Dr. Robotnik, who's a complete psychopath.
I would say that blue extra power thing he's got there, that's a completely original power to this movie.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You're thinking supersonic.
Yeah.
This ain't supersonic. For 3 reasons.
Yeah,
First,
yeah.
he ain't gold.
Yeah, I knew
and
that.
have red eyes. B, we never saw one Chaos Emerald in the whole movie.
No.
And C, while I'm not going to hold them to the 50 rings requirement that the game requires,
Okay.
he didn't have his bag of rings on him in any of the times he did that. So
Yeah. All right. So Sonic makes the mess of things. Special agents come in. Dr. Robotnik, who apparently is a mad scientist genius,
yes,
is out to discover what was the cause of it. And Sonic's like, "Oh, I've got to go to this mushroom planet," and so he runs to the only place he thinks so it's safe. Go ahead.
Funny thing about the mushroom planet, it's kind of a twofold thing.
Okay.
Your first thought, which was my first thought, is, "Oh, got to go to the land of mushrooms."
Yeah.
I wonder if we're gonna find a plumber.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
and
I thought.
Princess, which that's funny in and of itself.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
But here's the other thing: the first level of Sonic and Knuckles, which admittedly in the whole combined Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles is like level 7 or 8, is Mushroom Zone.
Interesting.
So yeah,
okay. So this story gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
I call these callbacks, and
Yeah.
the nice thing is they're not right in your face.
Yeah.
They're not saying, "Oh, look at this, look at this. This is this thing. You should like this thing. Look how cool we are that we're referencing this thing," because that happens in so many movies.
Yeah, it's done very subtly.
Subtle callback saying, "Here's this cool thing. We're going to show it to you, but we're going to focus on the actual story of the movie." So,
I gotcha.
I'm just pointing out all these cool things because they're cool.
They are cool. They are very cool. So Sonic goes to the only people he knows he can quote unquote trust, even though he's never really met them. He's basically spying and like peeping on people the entire time.
Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady.
Yeah, Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady. Donut Lord played by James Marsden.
Yes, also known as Tom.
Also known as Tom, or some people might know Cyclops.
Yes, but in this movie, Tom.
Yeah, Tom. And so...
Okay, we're good.
Hairball.
Yes.
Got a few quills up there?
Maybe.
That'd be kind of scary.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the supercharged kind.
Oh, yes.
So Sonic and Tom be like Sonic, apparently Tom shot him with a
tranquilizer gun.
Shot him with a tranquilizer gun. He can't run. He's Sonic. He has to run, but he can't. And so he has to have Tom to help him escape from Robotnik if people are trying to kill him or experiment on him to use his powers.
Uh-huh.
And so it turns into this road funny trip.
Yes.
Of explosions, cars getting ripped apart, vehicles turning into other vehicles, smaller vehicles, this vehicle.
Okay.
And that was hilarious.
Now I've got to comment on the robots.
Yes.
One thing I love that they brought back the eye, the red eye. That is visible on much of Dr. Robotnik's robots in the games. Most of the time, though, in the games there are two to make it look like eyes. But also, I love how on that tank, how it was a Russian nesting doll. Because there are a lot of times where you see in the games anyway. It's mostly in the mini bosses. Yeah. Robots, connected left like that.
Yeah.
Things able to come out of things and do stuff.
Yeah, so what that reminded me of? A certain very classic movie. What was that? Hello, Tom.
Oh, you're thinking of Hi, Dave.
I'm
Hal 9000.
Thank you.
Open the... I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. Yeah. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Is what
Thank you. That's what I was thinking of.
And yeah, there is some of that, but at the same time, this was that look of the central eye.
Yeah.
Or of that particular eye is very reminiscent of a lot of Dr. Robotnik's robots. Plus, I like how his initial drones are all egg-shaped.
They are. Eggman.
Because that's the thing. A little bit of Sonic history.
Okay.
If I may.
Oh, go ahead.
So, when the Sonic when Sonic was first getting made, Dr. Robotnik was actually called Dr. Eggman, and they kept that name in Japan. But Tom Kalinske of Sega changed a lot of the Japanese creators' terminology to make it better play here in America.
Of course, yeah.
And the thing was, these are some of these things are that were changed for America, such as Tails.
Yeah.
Because they of course wanted to call him Miles per Hour. Miles per hour.
Yeah.
But he said that's a stupid name.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the name Tails in. And now it's officially labeled Miles Tails Prowler when they're showing his name. But I think on both sides of the world, we know the character as Tails. Well, unfortunately, Dr. Robotnik did not get this the same treatment. In fact, a little thing which they don't go into this. His full name is Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Yeah.
It's called. What's interesting about that is the name Ivo was added in the comic books, where Dr. Robotnik started off as a kindly scientist named Dr. Ovi Kintobor.
Okay.
Ovi meaning egg.
Yeah.
But when he got hit by something that turned him evil, he reversed his name to be Ivo Robotnik.
Oh, okay.
So they kept the egg pun in the original name, but the Eggman name, outside of showing up on like some stuff in the background, most especially in the egg thing, because the final zone of the original Sonic the Hedgehog is called Final Egg.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make much sense in reality
when
your character's named Robotnik. And, of course, the Death Star-esque space station he launches at the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is known as the Death Egg.
Death Egg. Go figure.
So, and I can't remember the name, but there's this giant plane level that I can't think of. Sky Fortress Zone. That's the name of it. You can see, Eggman, the words Eggman on the side of the plane in certain spots. So some of that made it through, but we, of course, always called him Robotnik.
Yeah.
Until Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure did what this movie did, where Dr. Robotnik was his name, and Eggman was a name people called him to make fun of him.
Yeah.
It would eventually go where he was just Dr. Eggman, period, except Shadow's backstory, blah, 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 blah. None of this is important.
Yeah.
I know too much Sonic the Hedgehog lore. But I like how I'm sure Sega required this to some degree, but they showed both Sega, they were respectful to both the Dr. Robotnik name, which I still think is a better name, but still showing, okay, here's why at some points we're going to call him Eggman. We're going to have all his robots egg-shaped. We're going to make this nice little egg pun at the very beginning about, oh, look what hatched from my little egg sack.
Yeah.
And
that was just creepy.
Yeah, that was just very creepy.
It's a very creepy character.
But I like how they at least showed that and said, okay, that's how this is going to work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. It's I want to touch on these things.
No, be like you're
I'm using, no offense, I'm using you as a way to put this in, because otherwise I'll skip over it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there again, you're the one who knows more about Sonic than I do,
because I played all the games.
Exactly. So Sonic and James Marsden's character goes basically on a road trip.
Yes.
To go find Sonic's lost rings, which
it's on the top of the Transamerica building in San Francisco. San Francisco is an interesting choice for this movie because that is in essence the setting of Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay.
Even though they never call it that.
Yeah, that's true.
But Sega, the Sonic team's offices for a long time, or their American side offices, were in San Francisco.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So like hijinks and adventure and all kinds of wacky danger occurs on their journey to San Francisco. They finally get to
including Sonic for the first time eating chili dogs.
Yes. Oh, that was hysterical.
Which is a reference that was to the cartoons.
Yes.
Because that's where that was created.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That wasn't in the original games. That did not become canon to the Sonic games until Sonic Generations.
Oh, okay.
So that's like within the last 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So they finally get to San Francisco with the help of his wife or girlfriend.
But he gets there after being chased by Dr. Robotnik's robots.
Yeah.
Because James Marsden goes to his wife, where his wife is staying.
Yeah,
with her sister.
Yes.
Because in the process, Sonic got hurt.
Yeah, he got Sonic. Yeah, he got badly hurt.
Yes,
and
of course I'm going, I understand your thought process, but he's an alien hedgehog. She won't know anything about him.
Yeah, which he stated. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this thing.
Exactly.
But yeah, there would be like we get the hysterical of the sister who is just going.
She is so hates her brother-in-law.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To such a degree, it's like, what happened here?
Yeah.
Why do you hate him so?
I don't know.
But because she's always trying to get him to have a divorce.
Yeah.
Or get her to have a divorce.
Yeah, just dump him.
Which is hilarious because at some point they tie her up.
Yes. Oh, that was hysterical.
So that they can do what they need to do. But apparently JoJo, their little daughter, is perfectly fine.
Yeah, her daughter was perfectly fine.
Yes.
Be like, oh, this hedgehog, perfectly fine. He needs new shoes.
Yeah, so she gives him the Sonic-looking shoes.
Yes. With socks and everything.
Exactly.
Which I found very interesting.
It's like, are the socks sewed to the shoes?
In which, I'd be like, when you saw the shoes, when she presented him the shoes, be like, they didn't have socks.
There was something on the sides.
Oh, okay.
They're
She might have put
supposed to be
socks on.
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's hard, but it would be very hard to put socks and shoes on at the same time.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. And so, be like, Sonic gets his new shoes. He gets basically his new friend.
He meets the dog.
He meets the dog, which apparently, James Marsden's character would not shut up about.
Apparently. And so they then go to the Transamerica Tower. They get up to the roof.
Get the coins.
Get the rings. And Dr.
Robotnik's
Robotnik's right there. It's like,
yeah.
Okay, who left their Find My Phone on?
And be like, it was like usual, be like with traditional Dr. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik.
Yes.
He's dressed like Dr. Robotnik.
Finally dressed like Dr. Robotnik.
He's got the goggles and everything.
But he doesn't have the full mustache yet.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yes.
Get there towards the end credits. But hijinks ensues. Apparently, Dr. Robotnik had discovered his quill, one of his quills.
Well, the agent found it at the house.
Yes.
And then...
Oh, that was hysterical.
Dr. Robotnik's got it from the agent.
Yeah. And then proceeded to lick it.
Right.
Give himself a little shock.
I'll admit, I was sitting there watching it and going, oh, is he going to go for Mecha Sonic?
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking.
This early on.
Yeah, Metal Sonic.
No, he didn't go Metal. Well, Sonic 1, Mecha Sonic.
Oh, okay.
It's a more... And really, that would actually be Sonic 2, but... Details.
Yeah, apparently. That's what I kept thinking. Is like
there's technically 3 Metal Sonics.
Oh, okay. I got you. You're just blowing my mind when it comes to Sonic stuff.
There's the one you're thinking of, which technically was from Sonic CD.
Okay.
That's the one most people know because it looks like a robotic Sonic.
Yeah.
But then there's Mecha Sonic from the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That was your fight before you fought Robotnik at the end.
Yeah.
And then in the game, I think it's the Game Gear, might be the Sega Master System version.
Yeah.
There's another Metal Sonic.
Okay.
And a lot of this, and that one I didn't find out until I played Mania because that was used there. But anyway.
Okay. So to reiterate, there is no Metal Sonic in this movie.
No, but I was so hoping.
Yeah.
Next movie
maybe.
we'll get the prototype, which is Mecha Sonic.
Okay. So apparently Dr. Robotnik has figured out a way to make his craft, his little hovercraft, to keep pace with the little blue hedgehog. And while they go around and destroy half of San Francisco.
And for a Robotnik machine, this is actually not a bad design.
Yeah, it's not.
It's, admittedly, I don't think you could have used any of the stuff from any of Sonic 1 because they're all kind of ridiculous weapons.
Yeah.
Which make more sense after Dr. Robotnik's gone cuckoo.
Yeah.
But it still worked for this. And I loved I loved how both here and in the bar scene that we skipped over,
Yes.
that they used the Quicksilver method of speed fighting.
but just made it so much more funny.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. So to kind of uncouple what we just described, that apparently James Marsden's character, or Tom,
Yes.
be like, apparently they're stopped, they're on the run from the FBI and everybody else, because apparently Tom is now wanted for terrorism.
Yes.
Because he's aided and abetted an alien. Aiding and abetting.
Yes. Abetting is the
Abetting,
word.
thank you. I thought I was saying something else. Let me clarify. I'm not saying something else. So, be like, they stop, and Sonic sees all this activity, all these people walking around. He be like, there again, he's a little bouncing bundle of energy hedgehog, and he just can't help it.
Yeah.
And so he goes into the bar. He disguises himself terribly as like some
Cowboy.
A cowboy.
But honestly, what James Marsden comes up with to explain to the waitress that he's not a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually 45 and has a skin condition. Oh, okay.
I thought 45 was more like very right in the nose number. Would it be like, I don't think Sonic's that old.
You had to make an estimation that would make it work.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, admittedly, 45 was a weird number for them to pick because Sonic, at best, won't be 30 until 2023.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
although he's still 16.
Yeah. He's still 16 and just, full of blurry goodness or whatever. But,
Actually, I take that back. If this is more based on Sonic the Hedgehog 1, which I think it's actually loosely based on,
okay.
he'd be 14.
Oh, okay.
I know too much.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good to
Also, for more stupid lore that doesn't mean anything, did you know Dr. Robotnik's IQ is 300?
No, I didn't.
And that he's a feminist?
Okay.
According to the manual for Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay.
Not that we see any evidence of any of that.
No, it'd be like even the fact that they like
His
character hates humanity.
In the game where that is mentioned, the only quote unquote female character, or the only two female characters are Amy, who we definitely didn't see here.
Yeah.
And Rouge the Bat, who is you've seen pictures of Rouge the Bat.
Yes.
That's where the internet troubles come from.
Yeah. Anyway, so be like hygiene ensues, a fight pursues, and Sonic be like there again. He's watched all these action movies, and apparently he can't punch anybody. He's just be like he's punching a little punching bag. He's like, brrr.
Well, he's not really known for his punching.
No, he's known for speed.
He's known for speed, which means since he's good with legs, he ought to be able to kick.
Yeah,
I would assume. But he's mostly known for curling up in a ball and slamming into objects with his entire body.
In which we do see that. It's hilarious.
Plenty of times.
And so the scene which Drew was perfectly describing using the
if you
Quicksilver
from
the X-Men movies.
Quicksilver from Days of Future Past and Apocalypse, the next one?
Apocalypse.
Yeah, from those two movies, Quicksilver in those, being a speedster, does this thing where he runs around and moves people into positions so that they people punch each other.
Yeah.
But anyway, this does it so much better.
Oh, yes.
Because you got him... You've got there's so many visual gags.
Oh,
in the bar scene.
Uh-huh.
I can't even go into them. But back to the end of the movie when they do that again, and you slowly see Dr. Robotnik's finger heading to the button, and I'm going, why are they showing this?
Yeah.
And how is he moving even that fast? Because nothing else is moving like that. And then he hits the thing, and all of a sudden he sped up. It's like, okay, now hang on. Is that a field he's generating? Is he in a speed field now where he can keep up with Sonic?
The Speed Force?
Maybe. I mean, Sonic's speed has never been really mystical in the games. He's just a really fast runner because he's, used to running. He's just a very fast runner. That's the main deal. And knows how to use his gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Here... it seems like it's almost a magical thing with his speed.
Yeah.
And I do like that. And it's different. It's not something I don't like.
Right.
It is just kind of odd.
Okay. That's be like I completely understand that. And there again, not knowing all of Sonic's lore, be like, it was very interesting. It was a little bit odd, but they do describe it early on. Be like, oh, because you were born with these special abilities.
Yeah.
And I guess there's magic involved, I guess.
Well, Sonic is one of those things where when they decide major lore changes can happen simply because they said, hey, in this game, wouldn't it be cool if... That's why Super Sonic exists, actually.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right, so we get from the bar scene, we get to San Francisco, and Robotnik somehow magically, breaks, comes into the Sonic speed, we call it. Ever since Sonic does read the Flash comics, apparently.
He had to get the idea from somewhere.
Exactly. And so we get this amazing chase scene throughout San Francisco where there's nobody there. There's nobody in these scenes except cars.
There are cars, and there is that one scene, at least, it wasn't here, I think it was on the highway.
Yeah, it was on
where they nearly destroyed this family.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a funny scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, there are nobody in any of these cars. It's like, you ever play that game Burnout?
A little bit.
Yeah, there's no humans in that game either. It's while this is not officially the lore, it's all self-sentient cars racing and crashing into each other. It's kind of what it looks like, except you have Sonic and Robotnik running around through there too.
Yeah, it was a little bit odd because
it's odd, but at this point, I was accepting.
Oh yeah, because you were fully invested in the game, movie, and it'd be like, so we get this, fight, and then one thing leads to another. They go through a ring or a coin. What the rings, right?
Yeah, it was a ring.
Yeah, it was a ring.
It was one of their transport rings.
Yeah, and so they're transported back to Green Hills, where they originally started off as, and the power of friendship occurs, and Sonic goes. I don't know. It's not supersonic, but
it's not supersonic, but he charges up.
Yeah, he gets ultra charged Sonic.
Yes, that's really more what it is. It's a charging up. If this was the games, this is where you would hold down and press B a bunch of times.
Yeah,
except they gave it a blue electricity effect.
Yeah, and so then you get the big showdown between Robotnik and Sonic, and that be like there again. It's just it's a pinball game. Just Sonic beats the crap out of Eggman. James Marsden, Tom beats the crap out of him.
Yes,
yeah. It's Robotnik has no chance. He's a smart, intelligent,
he's smart, but he's not wise.
No, he's not.
Which is his character.
Yeah, it's his character. And so and so they get the brilliant idea to we're gonna send Robotnik to another world, and what place he gets sent to?
Mushroom
World. And so Sonic and Tim saved the day, and
Tom.
Thank you.
It's only his